Let's talk about the Georgia football coach, Mark Taylor, who jokes about lynching in horrific racist videos. Okay. Video footage of a Georgia athletics coach known for helping students get recruited to top-level colleges has gone viral, with the coach filmed using extremely racist and vile language, and most of it is geared toward people who look like the students he trains. Y'all catch it. On social media, Mark Taylor, who is white, leads Speed Edge Sports in Macon, claims to have been the Georgia High School Association Coach of the Year for track 6 years in a row, my favorite sport, and a former University of Georgia defensive end who has gotten more than 60 athletes at D1 schools and 16 in the NFL. Many of Taylor's social media posts feature him training black student athletes, some of whom have gone on to play pro sports. Okay, now you can also see on his personal Facebook profile, he's posing for photos with Clemson head coach Dabo Sweeny, Alabama's Nick Saban, Florida's former coach and my former coach at Columbia, Dan Mullen, and numerous black players, including Philadelphia Eagles superstar quarterback Jalen Hurts. Okay, just giving you guys this context. Now, the clips of the trainer, the racist clips of him, were shared on Facebook, and it was by Lauren Angelica Law, a self-proclaimed civil rights activist. Unclear how she got the videos or when they were filmed, because that was my first question. Did he really film these videos and post them himself? Because it certainly looked that way. Oh, you want to know what I'm talking about? Take a look at the video.
Homeless ones on the street. Every restaurant looking in here is black. Every car beside them is black. They can have Atlanta. It used to be a fun place to come to up here. They can have this place right here and stuff. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Just need to. There's your. Yeah. Well, it was just a sign up there. Had Obama and all them on there and stuff, man. So, yeah, that's all that's up here. That's all that's up here, man. And stuff is just crap. Yeah. Yeah. You and both need to come up here and go hunting. Yeah. And stuff, man. Ain't nothing here, dog. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is. Atlanta's done gone down, man. Just gone.
Now, in one clip, there's a man who appears to be Taylor, says he's driving through downtown Atlanta at night. Quoted, ain't seen a white person in sight, homeless ones on the street. Every restaurant looking here is black. Every car beside me is black. They can have Atlanta, right? Used to be a fun place to come up here. Before he looked at that sign of Obama, and then he said, and all of them on there, talking about him as well. He mentions people going to Atlanta to go hunting before turning the camera around to show his face. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is. Atlanta's just gone down, man, just gone. Okay, that clip alone tells you that he is connecting Atlanta and whatever issues that Atlanta has with the people that he is seeing, and those people are black, right? So he's basically saying, Atlanta's messed up now because black people are here, and I'm showing you where I am, nothing but black people. Even though he's white. So there's already one white person there. And I'm sure if he didn't just narrow his scope to selective perception, which is a real dynamic, and a lot of people do it. Let me make some levity for this. Okay, you go to LA, and a lot of people come to LA and say, oh my God, everyone has a Mercedes, and everyone's a star, and everyone looks beautiful. That's not true. That's the lens you want to see, and that's the lens you will now see LA through. He's doing that with Atlanta. Okay, let's go here. Another clip.
Bro, look at this nigga trying to pull out in front of me right here. Did you see that tree right there? Roe will hang you from that tree. Yeah.
You saw him. He's filming the black woman driving a white car, and he says, look at that N-word. Y'all know I don't use that word. Trying to pull out in front of me right here. You see that tree right there? Roe will hang you from that tree. Yeah. Okay. And that one is getting specific. First, it was general Atlanta, right? Then it was general black people. And then he was like, this is the problem right here. Atlanta's going down because the black people are here. Now he's starting to look at one black person, and now he's leaning more into the violence, right? A little more into the violent lens.
Yeah, so got the Glock by the bed. Let me go. Room service. I need y'all niggas to bring me some chicken wings, 2 hoes, a red bone and a white girl. Y'all want the white girl, Ro gonna try the red bone. Okay, he probably do it, and he probably gonna throw her out we on the 14th floor, he probably throw her out the window when he done with her. Yeah, cheap rate.
Another clip, you saw him at a bedside table with the gun, and there was a clock there and the phone, all that, and calling up room service. I need y'all N-words to bring me some chicken wings, 2 hoes, a red bone and a white girl. All right. Then he says, I want the white girl, Ro, want to try the red bone. Ro, probably throw her out the window when he done with her. Atlanta, N-word town. Okay. Whoever Ro is gonna get you fucked up. Like, I don't know who this Ro is. He referenced Ro a lot in this video, but Ro gonna get you funked up, big dog. Let's talk about it before I unpack what I am feeling about this. Got to get all the facts out there. So there's a lady named Karen whose son was trained by Mark Taylor, and she said, shouldn't be around kids. Our parents need to know what they're walking into. She had a poignant point. She said, you don't have to be a parent of a black child or any person of color to be horrified or think this is horrendous. Applaud her for saying that, even though we all know that to be true. Curtis, who has a son coached by Taylor as well, he said, look, I have a black son, and if you got to start telling what you're doing for other people, you're not doing it for the right reasons. So basically, he smelled something on Mark Taylor before, because I've been around those type of people before, where they're not doing it in an altruistic way. They're not doing it from the pureness of their heart. They're doing it with a little bit of an attachment, almost a brag, like, look at me helping y'all. Look at me coaching and helping black kids get into college. Because without me, Mr. White Man that could coach, oh, you wouldn't have those connections. They wouldn't come find your little black butt, right? Felt like that. Okay. He's also had a history of a homophobic comment on social media. Now listen to this, because this is going to take us where we got to go. Previously accused of harassing his ex-fiance, who was fired from teaching and coaching at Houston County schools, pleaded guilty to a felony charge of influencing a witness, this sucker in the mob, and was banished from Houston County 2007, way back. They also reported that he rented a space at a Fellowship Christian Academy, and that academy's already come out. No more, no sir, not us. This is disturbing in so many ways, but let's start here. It's disturbing because he actually can exercise his racism in power because he coaches so many black kids. Let's be real about that. Because we're living in a world right now where the conversation of race happens so often that now we're trying to measure the level of racism, right? Some people on one extreme, you can see the racism. It's blatant, it's overt. You're like, yes, that is racist. But then there are the others on the other extreme who cry wolf about racism, which makes you pause to go to when you really see true racism, right? So in this situation, everyone has to stop down. As Karen said, as everyone is going to say about this, wait a minute. Because racism is at its fullest form when it can execute its power. It can execute its force over you and your life, right? Now we see these little kids, not adults yet. And boy, I've been in that vulnerable position before where you needed to get recruited. It's one thing to be talented, but it's another thing for them to see and respect and come to where your talent is on display. And I remember there were guys who I was growing up with, white coaches too, black coaches as well. But really, I seen it where a guy who was really good, but didn't get really good looks and opportunities and offers, right? So it makes you scratch your head and go back to those moments. You're like, damn, how come that all city or all state dude didn't get the big time offers? Was there something more at play than just talent, or, oh, they didn't find us? Interesting, right? Oh man, it's impossible to know exactly who you can trust around your kids. And I feel so vulnerable, like you all feel, I'm sure, as parents, when you drop off your kids at school. A background check is one thing, but nothing is foolproof, right? Because at school, they do run the background checks. But do you run the background check with the private trainer that you all heard does great things with other players? Do you? Did you? And that's the conversation right here as well. Another point of this that hit me was the fact that he was so comfortable being racist. So I'm gonna hit you guys first. Are you racist? And racism looks a lot different than it did years past, right? We all know that now there's code, there's dog whistles, everybody is trying to put their racism in different forms. So I ask you, are you racist? I'm sure all of you guys are sitting there like, what's wrong with Wiley? Hell no, I'm not racist, right? Everybody probably would say that. It takes me back to when my coach used to say about decisions and people who really step up to it and how responsible you are to your actions. Every year in training camp, we used to sit there and coach says, who wants to win the Super Bowl? Everybody raised their hand. He said, put your hands down. I'm going to say it again. Who wants to win the Super Bowl? We all raise our hand again. He's like, all right, keep your hands up if you're going to do everything that you need to do, which includes getting proper rest, which includes not hanging out and being in the streets all the time, which includes getting not only rehab, but prehab, which includes coming in here early, leaving late, which includes, and we kept our hands up, but he started to catch us. He started to make us think like, dog, I ain't doing all that. Like, I'm going to ball out. I'm going to be a baller. But all of that, like, that sounds too textbook, right? So I'm going to ask you guys again, are you racist? Oh, no. Are you a tribalist? What is a tribalist? Well, that has become a faction of racism in a different way. Do you root for your own, even if the merits say that both parties should get rooted for? Do you root for your own first and discount the other? Just keep talking, y'all. Do you hate your own? I've been through this as well. See, I only talk about the black experience because that's all I am. My 23andMe said I'm 61% Nigerian. I was like, oh, look at me. Need to get over there, meet my peoples. But are you one of those who hate your own, right? I've heard this in my own community where it's like the black people don't like the N-words, right? And I'm like, but we all black. And they're like, nah, we ain't all black. Some of them act different. Let's talk through this. Are you racist? Do you know anyone that's racist? Now we all do. We know Mark Taylor's racist, damn it. And it's crazy how vulnerable you may be in this moment because you're talking now about somebody that got caught out for who they really are. But how many decisions did he make being that person, but being able to hide it right in plain sight? Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's so damn damaging and damning. That someone you trust your kid's future with, you trust your kid to learn from. I'm sure, as a coach, not only do you train them, but you hang with them, right? Come on over, guys. Y'all hang out. Come on this weekend. We all going to go down to the Dave and Buster's and play games and kick it. Like all these moments. And what I've learned when you're around youngsters especially is that they don't just listen to you, they watch you. And when you're racist, even if you're hiding in plain sight, what are you showing? What are they seeing? Damaging all around. I'm usually not a fan of the race discussion unless it's overt, right? When it's somebody just saying, man, that was racist. And I'm like, why? Man, did you hear what he said about me, that white guy? And I'm like, usually I say, oh, have you ever heard that from a black person? Yeah, but, and I'm like, well, then is that really racism? Or it is. Lovely conversation to have with you guys. And we're going to dive deeper into these topics and subjects going forward. As you know, we don't run from anything over here. Whether you agree or disagree, you're going to come here and learn or unlearn, right? We all going to think through this together on Never Shut Up. Mark Taylor, woo, whatever's coming to you. Hey, bruh, sounds like you asked for it.